All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, Call HALAL, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim, continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick. So I came across this article, and it's from the U.S. Sun, and it reads, check please, another round of automatic $5,000 payments hitting accounts from their 1.5 million care program. Now, it's something that's revolving around universal basic income or guaranteed income program, where basically they're getting paid but not working. Now, we had a little taste of that during the CV-19 emic. What the fuck? Where people were getting stimulus checks, myself included, were getting stimulus checks but not working, or unemployment checks and also stimulus checks. But we're at the point now where, what the fuck? Okay, here we go. We're at a point now to where this is the true goal, and this is the true objective on why they did that CV-19 in the first place. It wasn't nothing about no sickness. It wasn't nothing about health. You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm bring a couple things about job layoffs, because it's quite impeccable timing that you have the thing with all these universal basic income, guaranteed basic income, these kind of programs, and then you also have job layoffs, massive job layoffs, because you have the people, some of these officials, where they're talking about the universal basic income and all this is not a good idea because it cause people to be dependent and such and such and such. But that's always been the case in America. But wait a minute, if you're talking about people being dependent, so where are they supposed to work? Because they're talking about, brother sent something in our group chat, they're talking about within the next bit of time that there's going to be no more, there's going to be like 50% of white collar jobs wiped out. A lot of jobs to do with the tech industry and all that. So with all this AI, all this automation, where are people supposed to work? Now, yeah, you got trades where you got you could be a plumber or an electrician or things of that nature. But at the end of the day, that's still not going to be able to, that's not going to be able to put a proper balance to the economy. You're going to have more people not working. And then on top of that, the people that do keep the jobs that's AI proof, how are they going to get paid? How are they going to get paid? Because soon enough, they're not going to be giving checks. People, I don't even know if these people even still hand out checks, because most people have direct deposit. All right, so you can still get a cash stub or whatever, but for the most part, people still get direct deposit. Now, I'm gonna go into this article and bring a couple scriptures, and Lord willing, to be edifying. So, why the fuck does this shit keep popping up? Okay. What the fuck, bro? Oh, she's just blocking. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Okay, here we go. So it says the cash comes from a new guaranteed income program called Cash with Care, which will hand out $5,000 lump sum payments as well as monthly 1,200 checks. Same thing they did during the C19. It says guaranteed income programs are initiatives that hand out regular unconditional payments to specific individuals or families, typically with no strings attached. Aimed at reducing poverty rates by helping participants cover basic expenses such as housing, food, and transportation. These cash payment programs have spiked in popularity across the country, especially since the epidemic hit. Now, hold up. You're talking about people, basically it's about poor people, Jake mostly, but right now you have it to where the dollar is being hyperinflated. So you kind of get the gist on why everything is getting so expensive. They're about to crash this shit so they could bring in this new system. It says New York has some of the most guaranteed income programs in the country, including the Bridge Project for low-income pregnant mothers. Fucking women. Creatives Rebuild New York program for local artists. Rochester Guaranteed Basic Income for cash-strapped residents and others. Cash-strapped residents. Now, isn't a bunch of people in America cash-strapped? It said the Empire State is rolling out yet another of these initiatives called the Cash with Care program. Now, do these devils really care? Do they really care about these people? No. But this is how they usher in a new system, and ultimately how they usher in the MOTB. Because there's going to come a point in time where, like, all right, how are you going to continue with this program? You going to keep giving direct deposit or in a card? No, they want it to where you're going to have to get a microchip in your body. It said the New York City Council announced in December the launch of the new $1.5 million guaranteed income program for youth experiencing homelessness, rolled out in tandem with Covenant House New York, the city's largest provider of 24/7 crisis shelter and support services for homeless youth. Funding for the 12-month program, which was approved in the city's fiscal year budget, 2026 budget, will be used to provide cash payments to 60 young New Yorkers aged 18 to 24 who live in Covenant House shelter and transitional residential programs. The dozens of participants will receive a $1,200 cash assistance stipend each month for 9 months, as well as one-time $5,000 payment that is available at any point during the first 9 months of the program. They will also undergo benefits, counseling, and other support services like help with financial planning, housing searches, and career development. Housing searches? What houses? Because at the end of the day, if this is for 9 months, now let's say you got people that save their money wisely in this program. What's going to happen when it stops? See, these are little test runs. These are the tests that they're bringing in for the big score, for the big plan. And the big plan is to have nobody working and under these universal basic incomes. That's why more and more job layoffs are happening. More and more financial burdens are happening. It's order after chaos. They're causing this chaos. They're causing this financial strain on people. And then you know what? We have something that can help everybody. Yeah, we're gonna bring this universal basic income, or we're gonna bring this guaranteed basic income program. It said the aim of the Cash with Care program is to provide flexible, reliable income and wraparound services to help young New Yorkers exit homelessness. So hold on, let me get this scripture real quick. I got my tablet. Hopefully this shit not dead. Damn it. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Real quick. We're going to go to the book of Job, chapter 20. I'm going to start at verse 4. No, actually, no, I'm going to read verse 10. Now, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 10, and it reads, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. Now, their children, these Edomites, so-called white people, these elites that's at the top and all the other little minions under them, now they're trying to make it seem like they care so much. Now they're trying to make it seem like, this is what we're going to do now, and we're helping people. Even hear Trump talk about, yeah, we're helping people. Oh, we're doing this. It's like they act like they're such do-gooders. All the meanwhile, they're out here being greedy as fuck, buying up everything, buying up all the gold, send all the money to these small hats while leaving Americans out to dry. And now they talk about, oh, yeah, we're going to have this new program to prevent homelessness in New York. But hold up. You want to... Come on, there were such other ways you could have been did to combat homelessness and combat poverty in America, man. There was plenty of wealth to go around, but these devils then reaped up all this riches to themselves. They heaped up all the treasures to themselves. And now that it's over, now that their prosperity is shortening, now they want to seem like they want to help everybody. Now they want to say they want to share. Now they want to say, oh, we want to be charitable. Well, it's too late for that, man. And at the end of the day, it's still you calling the shots because you're deciding how much money. And where does this money come from? Who's funding this? Who's funding these budgets for these states and for this country? The elites. So yeah, it says this Job chapter 20 verse 10. It says his children shall seek to please the poor. Now what is it talking about? Oh, to help to combat homelessness in the youth in New York. All right, but let me go back to this article. Oh shit, I'm bugging. Oh shit. Guaranteed income program. Here we go. So yeah, so back to the article. It says homelessness in youth. What the fuck? Okay, so it's continuing the article. It says when we invest in young people, yo, what the fuck? When we invest in young people, we're investing in the future of our entire city. But what's the future of America, though? America's about to be destroyed. There's no future in America. And they could try to paint the picture of, oh, we're gonna do this, and it's gonna help this, and it's gonna help that. But at the end of the day, all the nations are still preparing war around us. It says guaranteed income programs are effective in opening new pathways to self-sufficiency and stability, said Speaker of New York City Council Adrian Adams. By supporting young people who are experiencing housing insecurity with resources and funding, we are taking an important step to advance the health, safety, and well-being of all New Yorkers. But now, you see that? They're trying to make it seem they're so good people. When this shit been going on for years. It says, all of us deserve the opportunity to lead lives of dignity and security, and I'm proud of the council's efforts to provide that for our city's youth. But wait a second, but these are the same youth who, now all of these job layoffs are happening, they have nowhere to work. It's but so many people that could work at McDonald's. It's but so many people that could work at Burger King. It's but so many people that could work at Walmart, Amazon, and all that. Because these are all the companies laying people off. These are all the people closing stores, closing up shop. That's why they're coming out with all these universal basic income, guaranteed basic income programs, because why? It's about to be no more jobs. It said throughout the duration of the guaranteed income program, officials will collect, track, and analyze data to determine initiative outcomes, such as the number of benefit recipients who secure permanent housing, see improved food security, reduce or eliminate debt, and take strides toward long-term stability. See? A test, experiment. Basically, they're guinea pigs. We want to see how the people work with free money, because it's been working so well for y'all. Y'all been working with free money. You officials, all these people up in these central banking families and the people and the minions under them, they've been working for free money. They've been working fine, getting free money for them. And it said the announcement of the Cash with Care program comes a year after the council's historic announcement that municipal funds will be allocated to support a guaranteed income program. And this all really leading to the MOTB, man. Keep it 100. This is all leading to the Michael C. hit, man. Because there's no other direction. There's no other real reason for this. Because why now? Why now? You mean to tell me that you didn't have the incentive to do this years ago, to where or you know, some kind of it was other ways. This is a long ass article. Okay, so it's a little bit more. So it says, as part of its partnership with the Bridge Project for Expectant Mothers, the previously privately funded initiative received about $1.5 million towards a new cohort of 161 pregnant women experiencing housing insecurity, privately funded. It said, once again, Speaker Adams and his council are leading on making our city more affordable this time by prioritizing some of the most marginalized residents, housing insecure, young New Yorkers. Council member Crystal Hudson said in the release for the Cash with Care program. But hold on, let me hold on. This is my thing, right? The population on the planet Earth right now, they say it's like 8-9 billion people, right? As of right now, Bill Snakes, I'm going to talk about him, Bill Snakes, that Microsoft guy. I just heard that his net worth, was it Warren Buffett? One of the motherfuckers, their net worth is $100-something billion, right? $100-something billion. So that means that he has more money than people on the planet Earth. Make that make sense? You have people that's rich enough to give everybody, everybody in the population on the earth $1 million and they don't even put a gap in their wealth. Now, of course, people talk about, oh, you know, we want handouts and all that shit. But I'm just talking about numbers. Numbers show that you have people rich enough here to give everybody on the planet Earth $1 million and they won't even touch their wealth. And you want to talk about, now you talk about some guaranteed basic program. If you want to talk about taxing the rich, fuck taxing the rich. How about the rich just give to the poor? What happened to spread the wealth? But no, they're greedy. But that was on it. So I got one more article, and then I'm gonna get the scripture. I'm gonna read the rest of. I'm gonna read some more of Job. Okay, job layoffs, 2026. Oops, hold up. Let's see what the AI overview says. So it says job layoffs in early 26 are primarily driven by AI automation, economic uncertainty, and restructuring, with January 2026 seeing the highest U.S. job cuts for that month since 2009, and it was 108,435 cuts. Major companies like UPS, up to 30,000, Amazon, Meta, and Nike are reducing staff, often pivoting resources toward AI-focused roles, while many firms indicate continued widespread workforce reductions. This is this year. Last year there was a lot of layoffs. And the year prior there was a lot of layoffs. So it's just getting worse. It said UPS plans to eliminate up to 30,000 operational jobs, partly through automation and restructuring. And remember, it used to be the whole thing. UPS is hiring. It says Amazon continues to shed staff, with reports of 16,000 corporate level roles impacted. 16,000 corporate level jobs roles impacted. Heineken, the world famous beer. It says Heineken announced plans to cut up to 6,000 jobs globally by 2026. Meta cutting over 1,000 jobs in its Realty Labs division. Nike cutting 775 jobs, primarily in distribution centers, to automate the supply chain. See that word, automate? Automation, AI? It says Pinterest reducing its workforce by 15% to reallocate resources toward AI. Dow Inc. reducing 4,500 jobs to focus on automation and AI. Salesforce laid off approximately 1,000 employees in early February, and we're still in February. And it said this is the key trend, and this is just the AI overview. And it's these key trends and drivers. It says AI and automation, a significant portion of 2026 cuts are linked to companies investing in AI and reducing staff in departments that can be automated, such as marketing, product management, and operations. Approximately 55% of companies planning layoffs cite economic uncertainty and slowing growth, despite a relatively low overall unemployment rate at 4.4% in late 2025. Sector impact: technology, transportation, retail, and manufacturing are experiencing the heaviest impact. January 2026, with over 108,000 announced cuts, reflects a 118% increase over the same period in 2025, signaling a weak start to the year. Reports indicate that many companies are prioritizing AI adoption over human labor, a trend expected to persist as businesses restructure for efficiency. So think about it. That's the transition. These companies with their cuts, and then now they're swirling around more with this guaranteed basic income, universal basic income, these stimulus checks. Because they know they're about to crash this shit and they're about to eliminate all these jobs, because that's what the whole AI did. And they were talking about how AI, since Trump has been in office this second term, how the AI presence has boosted. Because this is the plan. And he's the guy to bring it out. So you got the AI, you got World War III, all tied, the beast system, it's all tied in together. So hold on, let me get this one scripture. Hold on, can I? Fuck. I guess Okay, Ecclesiastes. Matter of fact, hold up. Let's see. Oh, they want you to hold on 1 second. One second. I want to bring this on the NLT. Hold on. Oh, you gotta. Fuck. All right, fuck it. I'm just gonna get the NLT because I'm using my Okay, so we're gonna go into the NLT in the book of Ecclesiastes because I actually like it better in NLT. Where you at? Where you at? Now this is the book of Ecclesiastes in the NLT chapter 12, and I'm gonna start at verse 1. I'm gonna jump down. It says, "Don't let the excitement of youth cause you to forget your Creator, which is who? YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. Honor Him in your youth before you grow old and say life is not pleasant anymore." And that's what we're headed to for a lot of Edomites, even though they're not going to seek the Lord. And you have a lot of Jakes that are feeling the pinch, because you got to remember, there's a lot of Jakes that's of this world. They want this society to keep going. They're into the society. They like it here. So now that everything is going wrong for the Edomites, what about the Jakes that want to be here? Those coons. Now they're feeling it. It says, honor him in your youth before you grow old and say, life is not pleasant anymore. Remember him before the light of the sun, moon, and stars is dim to your old eyes, and rain clouds continually darken your sky. And I'm gonna jump down to verse 4. It says remember him, which is the Lord, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. It says, remember him before the door to life's opportunities is closed and the sound of work fades. Now, what is happening right now? The door to life's opportunities is closed and the sound of work is fading. Because now it's no more what? It's no more what? Job opportunities. It's no more employment. You seeing layoffs left and right. Left and right. Job cuts here. Staff reduction. What does that say for the future? The whole thing of America and this is just work. The whole system was work, be able to pay your bills, and try to achieve the American dream. Well, that's dead. There's no more American dream. The whole thing with these motherfuckers, they tell me you'll own nothing and be happy. They want a whole one world government. A universal basic income throughout the whole earth. Universal, what? Everybody under this system, where they could track and monitor every single transaction. And these devils been talking about that being the plan. Shit, they do it now. They observe everything we're doing. You make a payment, you get an email saying that, oh, you made a transaction here, or the automatic payment was taken. But actually, with this system, they actually be able to track exactly what you're doing each time. Because sometimes people could buy stuff and you could pay somebody cash. But they're set to have it to where every single transaction is monitored and tracked. So you can't have people out here working. That's why, even right now, working under the table, that's going away. So we're experiencing that right now. The door to life's opportunities is closing and the sound of work is fading. No more work, no more employment. So I'm going to jump down to verse 5. It says, remember him before you become fearful of falling and worry about danger in the streets. Before your hair turns white like an almond tree in bloom and you drag along without energy like a dying grasshopper and a caperberry no longer inspires sexual desire. Remember him before you near the grave, your everlasting home, when the mourners will weep at your funeral. But hold up. That key part says, remember him before you become fearful of falling and worry about danger in the streets. What else is happening now? anarchy in the streets, danger in the streets. You had this one, well, it's not even in the streets, it's in people's houses too. But people are getting extremely more violent. People are getting extremely more aggressive. And that's the spirit that the Lord is putting out here, man. The Lord is putting that spirit of vengeance. The Lord said, what? There be spirits of vengeance that be created to appease him, him that made them. And it's only, and it's this right here is just the tip of the iceberg. This is going to get worse. We're going to come into a time where, yo, you ain't going to want to be on the streets. Like, it's still normal. You still can go to the store. You still can, like, do little bullshit. You still could do, it's still kind of normal life. But the Lord is slowly just pulling that away. And you see that with the mirth in this place. Look at the whole thing with the Super Bowl. Everything is losing its savor. Everything is, it's not what it once was. And then people have that sentiment all throughout the country, all throughout America. It's not what it once was. Because the Lord is taking the mirth out of this place. No more prosperity, no more happiness. And matter of fact, just the NLT. Matter of fact, I'm gonna read Job. Hold on one second. I'm gonna read Job. I'm going to Job. Back to Job, the 20th chapter. And I'm gonna read the King James and the NLT. So this is the book of Job, chapter 20. I think it was verse 4. Oh, listen, chapter 20. Okay, this is the book of Job, chapter 20, verse 5, and it says that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And that's what we're in right now. He had a short season of rule, his short space. Esau, Edom, so-called white man, but now it's over. And the Lord said, what? I believe that's also in the book of Job, that there's bound that he's bound that the Lord said that he cannot cross. So there's going to be no extra time. The Lord has a set day where you're going to completely be taken out of power. And that day is fast approaching. And that day is going to persist of what? Yahawash's return. Because Yahawah is going to be the one to take you out of the high chair, man. He's going to dethrone you. That's right. Yahawah is coming to dethrone the so-called white man, who is Esau, Edom, according to the scriptures, man. His biblical title is the Edomites, man. It says, though his excellency mount up to the heavens and his head reach unto the clouds. See, and this devil's hella prideful. These devils be, well, the higher ups anyway, because these low-level Edomites, they kind of starting to feel shitty. But when you hear Trump talk, it's like everything is just peachy. It says, verse 7, it says, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung, which they which have seen him shall say, where is he? Because there's going to be a point in time we're going to be like, damn, where the red people at? And before that happens, you got a captivity you're going to have to serve. Just like he had to serve captivity, because of our disobedience, the Lord said you have to serve captivity because it's prophecy, man. It's prophecy for you to serve the sons of Jacob, the real sons of Jacob, not those devils over there in the land of Israel now. Verse 8, and it says, he shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. See? Fade away. You're going to fade away. You're not, there's going to be no memorial. There's going to be no memory of you, man. Once you're exterminated, once you go down, and it's a time for you to be completely wiped out, there's going to be no memory of, no reverence. There's going to be no historical, there's going to be nothing left. Just like the flood. Just like the Lord said he destroyed everything in the flood, that's how it's going to be for your memory, Esau. And you see, in this present time, he's still in his bag. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. His children shall seek to please the poor, and his hand shall restore their goods. So you see that? His children shall seek to please the poor. That's what these devils be thinking they do. They thinking they so good. I help people. I give to the homeless. I do this, that, and third. You ain't shit. First, if you want to talk about you want to do something, get the fuck out of here. Leave this land. Run everything you got. Fuck that. But no. You got these, and it's so fucked up because in America, they want to talk about homelessness and hunger. These restaurants, they have a thing to where at the end of the night, they throw away a bunch of food, and it's illegal to give it away. Tell me that's not an unrighteous decree. That's not a fucking devil, man. Here it is. It's clearly people hungry, homeless, and there's plenty of space on this earth for everybody, for nobody to be homeless. But that's why the Lord said, well, you're a cruel Lord, man. Esau, Edom is the worst nation on the earth. Man. That's why the Lord calls them the basis of men. You're actually the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst thing to be on this earth, and as far as the human race goes. I'm gonna jump down to verse. What's that? 12. It says, though wickedness be sweet in his mouth, though he hide it under his tongue, though he spare it and forsake it not, but keep it still within his mouth. Yet his meat is in his bowels is turned, it is gall of ass within him. He has swallowed down riches, and he shall vomit them up again. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI shall cast him out of his belly. Because you about to lose everything, man. You about to lose everything. And you losing things now. You losing it now. You can't go back to the glory days. All that make America great again, all that shit, that's bullshit. You can't go. Every day that passes, we getting closer to the day of the Lord. Where the Lord takes your ass off the throne. And you ain't gonna have nothing. Here it is. You got the fatness of the earth right now, but you about to have nothing. You about to go from riches to rags. For Esau at the end of the world, Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. We're at the end of Esau's world. Oh shit, I'm gonna go to the, I'll read this in the NLT. Shit. NLT. That's the same website. NLT. Oh. So I'm going to go to the same book, same chapter, book of Job, chapter 20, but I'm reading this in the NLT. So Job chapter 20, verse 5 in the NLT, because this actually hits a little harder. Okay. Job chapter 20, verse 5 in the NLT, it says, the triumph of the wicked has been short-lived, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. See, they're the godless. And it says what? It says, and the joy of the godless has been only temporary. So like this, the Lord talked about his whole kingdom from the Greek Empire to now. Greco-Roman, all of that. That short season, and this is a long time as far as man goes, but to the Lord, this is a short season. So what? Yeah, I don't do that math right now, but it's been a short time. But and that's how you know, like, yo, we at the end, because when you look at what's going down, it's like, yo, you have nothing else to do. You oppressed the Israelites. You almost destroyed the whole earth. You got your house is divided. Everything about your kingdom points to signs that it's over. It points to signs that it's met its end. You got motherfuckers fighting up in the Turkish. I forget what it was. Delegate some shit where somebody, it's like some political shit going on. You got the whole thing with the bitch with Bondi, whatever her name is. They was going back and forth with people, and these are supposed to be these professional and these certain kind of environments that's supposed to be all decor and all, you know what I'm saying? They're out here acting like fools, acting all ghetto. But that's good though, because that's what the Lord said. What? These curses are going to fall upon your enemies, man. And who's the main enemy to the Israelites? Who's the main enemy to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI? Esau, Edom. And who's ruling right now? Esau, Edom. So this is Job chapter 20, verse 6 in the NLT. It reads, though the pride of the godless reaches to the heavens, and their heads touch the clouds, yet they will vanish forever, thrown away like their own dung. Those who knew them will ask, where are they? See? You about to be a faded memory, dog. And it says godless. The pride of the godless. So that's Trump. The whole MAGA shit. That was what? Their pride. But it says what? Pride comes before destruction, man. See, they thought it was going to be, oh, make America great again, and yeah, Trump, put America first, this, that, and third. But now the destruction is here. Now you're seeing your kingdom literally fall apart, and there's nothing you can do about it. And nothing you can do to stop it. It's terminal. All right? Continuing on, it says, Job chapter 20, verse 8 in the NLT, it says, they will fade like a dream and not be found. They will vanish like a vision in the night. Verse 9, it says, those who once saw them will see them no more. Their families will never see them again. Their children will beg from the poor, for they must give back their stolen riches. Now, who is the poor? Israel. Yeah, you got these other nations, they're poor, but who the Lord care about? He cares about the Israelites, man. Job was an Israelite. And the wicked, the son of perdition, the wicked seed, those are these Edomites, man. I'm going to jump down to verse 12. Yeah, because that one hit. So this is Job chapter 20, verse 12 in the NLT, and it says, look, they enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness. Let it get melt under their tongue. They savored it. So like it was sweet. You know, eat something that's sweet under your tongue and all that. It said they enjoyed the sweet taste of wickedness. So they enjoyed their wickedness. They enjoyed their folly. They enjoyed getting rich from it. They enjoyed deceiving the earth. They enjoyed everything that they did in their wicked rule. But now it's up. Now it's over. You had your time to shine. Now it's time to dim your light. And it's all through the spirit of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Shai, the same power that lifted you up, the same power that put you in charge for this time. The Lord, the one true living God that declared the end from the beginning. Verse 14, and it says, but suddenly the food in their belly turns sour, a poisonous venom in their stomach. They will vomit the wealth they swallowed. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Shai won't let them keep it down. See? You got to give up all your wealth. And who gonna get it? YAHAWASHI and the elect of Israel. Because it's now our time to shine. The Lord said what? The punishment of thine iniquity is a man, let me get that. Let me get that in oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, I can switch it. Oh, okay. The YAHAWAH BAHASHAM Shai. Hold on. Lamentations. Oh, you want to act slow? Oh. So that's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 21. Oh, this is an NLT too. It says, are you rejoicing in the land of Uz, O people of Edom? But you too must drink from the cup of the Lord's anger. You too will be stripped naked in your drunkenness. So you're going to get stripped of everything, man. And that nakedness is metaphor, is symbolic. You know, like when somebody gets seen naked, they get ashamed. Well, that's how you about to be. It's like people saw you naked. That's how it's gonna be when you lose it, because now you're being exposed for your evil deeds, man. Now you're being exposed for your wickedness by your own people at that. You're being exposed by other Edomites. You got RFK talk about, I'm not scared of germs. I used to sniff coke off of the toilet seats. That's where we at right now. So you take a step back and you look at how these Edomites are acting toward each other. You see how you look at how they are. This is is a wise saying that says, when someone shows you who they are, believe them. And these devils been showing who they are for generations. It's just that the world was under that deception. They had the world deceived for a time. But now the deception is up. Now everything is being revealed. Now your skirt is being lifted. It says, verse 22, this is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 22 in the NLT, it reads, "O beautiful Jerusalem," which is talking about the nation of Israel, "your punishment will end." And we're in our punishment right now, but he said it will end. You will soon return from exile. But Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Soon your many sins will be exposed, and that's what's happening now. You're now being exposed. Your iniquity is being exposed. And you still gotta stand with thine enchantments, man. That's why you continue to lie. You continue to move the same way, because why? It said, though favor be shown to the wicked, he shall not learn righteousness. They can't be right. That's why, just look at the Trump. Just listen to Trump talk. He is within bodies of a proud Edomite, man. But at the end of the day, it's going down. It's over. So we only got to endure this a little while longer, man. It's not a lot of time left for this place, man. There's too many prophecies and too many last bit of prophecies coming to pass as we speak every day. What else I wanted to bring? Hold up. Damn, forgot. But yeah, man, it says, but Edom, your punishment is just beginning. Yes, right. Your punishment is just beginning. You're in the beginning stages. You're being exposed. Your kingdom is being dismantled with inside. The Lord said, what? A kingdom divided against itself, how shall it stand? You're going through the beginning phase of your punishment, but wait till YAHAWASHI comes back. Wait till you actually get put in your judgment. Because right now, you're not experiencing judgment. You're still in a good case in your mind. But you know every day, that's why they're getting these bunkers ready. That's why they're doing all the damage control. You got the whole shit happening with the Epstein. They try to do damage control with that. Everything's just falling. Everything's just getting more and more fucked up by the day. And there's nothing you can do to stop it, because why? This is coming from the heavens. This is coming from YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. These things taking place. These are judgments from the heavens to the earth. And the Lord said, "What? Who shall stay His hand?" And that's what we in that time. This is the Lord's wrath. The Lord said, "What? This is the time that He shall hold His tongue no more." Talk about Jake. Talk about Esau. Talk about these other nations. Talk about everybody that's not part of the elect. Why else would the Lord say, "Blessed is he whose sins are forgiven"? And that's the elect of the nation He chose. A lot of our people are not going to make it. A lot of our people are going to get the C-hip. A lot of our people are going to want to stay in this bullshit. And that's when they're going to fall with this devil. So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to give all praises to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles of Israel, a.k.a. the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Hey, man, stay strong. Hey, pray for brothers, man. Just remember, just you got to take it a day at a time. But look how the Lord, each day is passing by faster and faster. These days are flying. It's over for this place, and they can't get this time back. They can't get this time back. This day is over. With tomorrow Friday, and then soon enough it's going to be February over. Then it's going to be March. Then it's going to be April. Who knows what's going to happen within the next couple of months? But with that, I'm going to say shalom. Shalom.